Hi there. I wanted to share with you, because I do share a lot on this channel, my own evolution process so that it hopefully will inspire your own. And I had an interesting experience where I went into a friend who is a pretty well-known psychic, um, spiritual teacher, author in Maui. And I can connect you to her if you wish. Because I do refer a lot of great healers here that we have in Maui. And I had a reading with her, and it was all about this lifetime where I was a cougar, cheetah, cat. And I've always had a strong connection with the white tigress, which is my totem animal. But this was a cougar / cheetah lifetime, which I wasn't familiar with until now. And we spent the whole time on that one lifetime because it had several themes in it that we were healing, because I guess what happened in that lifetime is I was captured as a baby, taken in by this tribe who was using me to capture their food. There was some entertainment value to challenging me. Certain games they'd have me do, or even being played with by certain warriors, which wasn't always very conscious for me. But at any rate, kind of these I guess they were testing out my abilities and fighting, anyway. It wasn't a very good lifetime because I was in captivity. I was taken out of my ability to be in my natural setting where my instincts could be used fully. They were taking me off of my circadian rhythm because, I was a night owl as compared to a daytime person as a cat. They shifted that. They had me, chained, or like in a cage, and they also used punishment as a way to train me to do what they wanted me to do. So there was abuse. And I actually was killed eventually by one of those duels. They set me up with a lion, and I passed at that time. One of the things I'm aware of is in that lifetime, they also, even though I was providing their food for them by capturing animals for them, they were feeding me scraps, and they were kind of gross, honestly. Even for a cat, I was like, really? So I'm providing you all this food, and you're giving me this as a reward? Like, this is really bad. So I was undernourished and underfed, and giving the, just the leftovers kind of thing. And it was just really interesting to kind of, what we end up doing in our sessions is we use like affirmations and the power of the spoken word to reverse those themes, because sometimes those themes will carry over into other lifetimes if they're too ingrained in us. So, just having been treated that way affects your soul. And so we were rewriting the script, so to speak, and it was just fascinating, though, because I wasn't aware of this particular lifetime or connection. And it's interesting how, like, the very next day, this cougar cheetah painting came across my path, which is now in my house. And something else happened too. Oh yeah. So this time of the year, because it's December, so it's winter, but we don't really have winter in Maui, but it's colder, and especially at night. So I ended up ordering this cougar cheetah onesie because it's perfect for staying warm overnight doing a medicine journey. So of course within days of having that reading, you know, I get my onesie cougar outfit and I wear that Saturday because the reading was on Wednesday. And so anyway, it was just so synchronistic. It was really fascinating. And I guess, you know, she says when she's helping us clear past lifetimes that some of the lifetimes are as an animal, and sometimes they're where you're, you know, a member of the dark forces, because we all have those lifetimes, I guess, reptilian or Arcturian and all the, you know, Palladian, whatever. And of course, a lot of those that I just mentioned were highly conscious cultures, but the reptilians not so much. So, and we have to kind of clear those lifetimes, I guess, almost like kind of get rid of that data or that program from our soul computer, so to speak, so that it's not like continuing to loop. If you notice patterns are looping in your life and you're like, how do I stop this? You know, it just seems like a program that just keeps playing. And if it's not a positive one, then you don't want to keep repeating it. So anyway, it's helpful for that reason. And so I thought I would mention it because then she also said, I think that's the only animal lifetime that we've actually cleared of mine. The rest of them were past lives where I was like a warrior or a woman in different situations or whatever. And then she said next we could work on, I forget how she worded it, but anyway, there's certain gifts that you get after you have one of these readings, because you're kind of deleting the bad effects of that old program in a sense, and then you're in the new, you're almost reclaiming your abilities that got suppressed because of that program. So she said, like for instance, in this cougar one, that I would be getting the gifts that the cougar provides, which is kind of funny because I am of cougar age. I'm 51. So anyway, you know, like the instincts of a cat, like being able to see in the night, being able to see through the darkness. What else? You know, just those instincts that a cat has, the ability to protect itself better, the ability to hunt. Well, we don't really use that one in today's, who knows, maybe it's like this focus for hunting, like if I'm hunting down something in research or whatever. Anyway, just the gifts of that animal kind of come through, because otherwise they kind of got a little bit sidetracked because of the fact that they took me off of my circadian rhythm of my natural jungle self. You know, and I was in captivity, so I lost a lot of those gifts, because she also said something about the cats, you know, are in connection with the stars, and they get a lot of their powers from the stars and the night sky, and that I got disconnected with that completely when they had me working during the day and then sleeping at night. So I get to regain those. That'll be interesting to see how that shows up. And then, I thought I was about to say, then this next one she says, if you want, we could work on your, I think it might have had something to do with like my lifetimes in higher dimensions, where then those giftings can come through, where I get to reclaim those, because you know, a lot of our giftings have been dormant and suppressed, forgotten, taken away, whatever you want to, different ways, until now. And now they're ready to awaken and activate, and we get full access to our whole selves, because it's time to reclaim ourselves 100% instead of just operating on the shortage of DNA that they let us operate from. That's one way to say it. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that because it is pretty fascinating to get these kind of readings, and you know, and how they empower us, and who'd have thought, right? It's fascinating. Thank you so much for joining my channel today. I invoke that you are activated in the ways that you need to be, and if you don't mind giving a donation, if you're led to, that would certainly help me sustain this channel so I can show up more often for you. Aloha.